Hello and welcome back to my channel. Again, I'm doing a follow-on series from Super Discussions. I'm trying to keep it continuing so that if you did watch my last video, you have some follow-up steps or tips and tricks that you might want to implement for yourself so that you don't feel stuck in your situation or, oh shit, I've left this too late. You definitely have not left anything too late when it comes to super. There's always tips and tricks that I can impart, and the great thing about super, it accumulates and it's for the future. So anything you do now, no matter how small or big, helps a lot. And even being on this page and getting the information and just knowing is super important. So well done in the first place for taking the time out to really try to understand super. So what I thought I could do in this video is, for those that are thinking, oh, I've just realized that for my age, I'm a bit low compared to what they would recommend, or for those that just want to get a little bit ahead because they might know in a few years' time, I'm going to have a baby, I might be taking off some time off work or anything like that. You might just be here for some entertainment on super. So the key things that I would say is things that could make a difference. So for one, your employer contributions. So depending on who you're employed by, your salary may have been quoted with or without super. So if I see a job advertised, it might say $100,000. If that's including super, I'm effectively only getting paid, it's all encompassing, including the 12% within that. But a lot of employers state the salary and then add super on top of that. So I think it would be a very positive step to be looking at salaries where it doesn't include super and just knowing that you're in a competitive remuneration system for your industry, experience, etc., and making sure that you know how much you're really getting paid. Because if you're quoting with super, then when you're doing quotes to other employers, it's always important, are they quoting you with or without super, just to understand where you're at. Second thing is, some employers do actually contribute more towards your super than others. So I know, for example, government employees get paid more than the 12% that others in the private sector get paid. I think it's 12.75% currently. And previously in the past, that gap has been a lot larger. So if you've been working in the government sector, obviously that's been great, but there are different employers in different industries. For example, if you work for a super fund, typically you're getting paid more than the 12%. So it's always really important to look at those kind of things, factors, and not just thinking about the now, what is the money coming into my bank account and is that good for me now? Second thing would be personal contribution. So this would be money that you're taking, so your money comes into your bank account and you could set up a super sacrifice coming from your employer. So you can actually tell your employer, instead of paying me the 12% to my super, I would like you to contribute an extra 3% of my salary to super. And you'd work out what that actually dollar terms means for you weekly, monthly, and how you could manage that financially. So rather than you, for example, having more in your savings bucket, in your take-home pay, which you then put away in your savings account, you could then be essentially saving into your super, which if you haven't bought your first home yet, but you are worried that you need to keep that money aside, currently the Australian government lets you take out from your super money for your first home. So that wouldn't be, you can't not access that till 60. You would be able to access that, and it's a great tax incentive. So highly recommend any extra cash you can squirrel away into your super. Obviously being able to pay your bills, being able to live comfortably still. The other point to note is that currently the annual concession cap is 30k per year. And any super, if you have a super balance under 500k, you can use the unused concessional caps for the last 5 years. So what does that mean? Lots of jargon there. It basically means that you cannot contribute personally $31,000 additional this year. It's capped at $30,000. So if I was on a really high salary, didn't have heaps of expenses, I could technically put away $30,000 per year